shouldn't make any mistake to bring them to power. Inshallah, Dr. Bamia is the next president of Ghana. Cindy B, Edifi, Kaswa, and Odiano Bai. Please tell Kabana, since the beginning of the world, realities of life has not changed. How those ahead of us demanded support before, making it in life is the same. The people today are making demands. Seeking money, the shortest means in the past, is the same today. The only difference is the mechanism. In the past, people get money quick through Sikedru. Today, people get money quick through other means. That's modern. Until you know, I've not checked the message. If I know any message, it wouldn't what to me anymore. I'm saying, fellas, Montie.
I'm complaining, say. A month for and almost can't.
Yeah.
I just send you home Kojisikedru.
Yeah.
I know you know if it's a Sikadone to Tim Remadia, almost Pesicantem and Edge. It's you know, only party to bring more Pesicantem.
Right.
Then name them so for Pesicantem. What's a problem?
I just said, yeah, the fufro.
And not the fufro. So why are you complaining now? Because systems never many body in any since time memorial. Anyhow. So people have been struggling till now. Now say ne, I'm for the same thing as the olden days. Name no, I'm modernizing no. The cyber crime a be room. The other means we are be room. It is sunny and no more. And we those days are, and I will complain.
So the point, you know, me myself, about okay, fellas, me fans okay. Well, how abrabo no film? Ebia enkoda bi omudi wechi ba. Maybe the things you go through, maybe ababe do. Ono ohun a ene ya no ohwe abrabo a ene ya pese bibia ye te se senia wote no. Eno asem na no ka.
Eno na ye kase, me kase. Eno na ne ya sa nipa no pese oye senia metie no. Let's safe it. Enya de foforo. Because me primary school. And obi anu wenya 18 years, 19 years. I Pesicantem. I was in the 80s.
Okay.
And okokwaje ni Sikedru. Obi koku nipa so de kwajiska. It was happening. And you know, it's not a new thing. Nina on the then I say systems about building nipa into gradual process on the you know.
Okay.
It doesn't exist. And the need up to date, we have not changed it. It's still not existing. It is new and now you see soon so or shamia. As you this people say me yes nipa we in terms of so why must you complain?
So say
fix the problem.
Make sense. Na ni apeso chances asem na ye ta kan sisi ase ene na ma forma ba.
It's not ene na ma 40 say the bia ya kan say ene guess aba say emlante ne mabu asay ukojina pulpit so na o preach ya mewa in those days obi was 17 years 16 years wanyema wo it was there. Why are you blaming the youth now? What tell you empanyfo na ne yomo kasa eye dede ye hwan e blame the youth no omo person say na no mote. Have you asked omo person omo ye mabunu no saying na no mote be kai say me na ka kire me say omo person omo toto menken no mantwa ahwa ho no mapan mu di atoto ko bi e de ahye fifin de kopema no mo via 14 15 16 17 18. Now if it is happening now in a different modalities be the damwa you see hey mebuna say you see hey me ma ba episcantem no look at the real problem. Na fundamentals na wo ho na enye no eno na fix.
Okay.
Fix ya problem no be free ho no one blame obi. So we shouldn't blame
Akwaba.
Yaw. Nchia wetie for me ba ha che kakra.
Nokre.
Pressure no do so sana.
Anya easy.
O pe baby afa mi nchia mi hiem wo ha na mi nchia PPP achita for ni Ghana fo nyina. System na edin. Because kroma issue. Kroma yes ma wodwene ho a onti ase utimi hie nipa bi no mo kuni ma bi ho
ambusa kosi bo twese
bisa won se masa ne ho na wo kutie problem no ade kitikiti bi enye krom a ye hia nkomo nko
kwesi Akwaba one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me say, so Asia yache.
Okay.
Proper, nye.
Eh.
Me
Okay.
ano pay the match ya one. Kamene team ninia. Hache. It was good to be. I mean, chia. Before 18 years, the chichiu ne. Penny or trouble. I'm Gloria Wusua. Wafa trouble is in and now so and make sure say trouble a conanim. You will be an opay be a senior Mishra man senior coupon and na a person the trouble. Fanku do Nami Sanchia Miame Mame, Madame Akusia Jessiwa Vita Milk Ghana see you, Mama baby. Let me part in Pennyphone. Offer and I pay dear, and then Miami Anoma, my best from one. Pay dear, be able call. Then I now people. Things that you say there is moral decadency in the system. Moral values, they no dey reduce cry because then all can bonene nyama e koso ne no e ache. But the point is that the numbers increase. Na bonene bi so ho no ma tete ne e koso ba say ne dey aye too much. Say ne dey bonene aye too much. And then now be UTV I see akukun bi and bra me news say ashaman obi akukun girl bi no twitwa ne papa. I mean tenya enyamasi cause say no a terrible situations but nyama bi say no it is very difficult to say obe blame me aban and ase bibi because even in the economies agidin ade bia ye de ho compare omo anaze Ghana pese ye te say omo no the superpower economies no this moral decadency issues they are also facing the same thing. And so I think it's a problem it's an attitude problem rather than maybe a buying problem because obiti baby obeka say omaini mwaye dinjina say obi akudi boni bia but I don't see it in that perspective because oko US living conditions here way better than Ghana. But day in day out you shoot two amount for. Day in day out bank robberies koso. Day in day out amount for meda amount for manslaughter amount for. And so I see it to be an attitude problem, a idea it has got to do with the behavior of the people. Amount for here more education rather than they ever try to politicalize maybe a course because Obana yekokunu okumase no. Minjini say ye commentaries on nyamani ni obi aka so MPP ni ano NDC ni. It is the family that we are talking about. The life ye lusu na ye kan ho asem. In some of these things, we shouldn't look at it in the political lens because under former President Rawlings, under President Kufuor, it happened. Na moral decadency under President Mills, it happened. Under President Mahama, and Neobetia is you shoot two bawit or hene, you shoot two asemesi, you kun benten, Moamo reporter ba kwa no war go so. But to say Yakobo ni in 2015 under President Kufuor. They amount for ye amount for. And so it is not a problem a year associated to politics. We have to find a very good way to be address it.
All right.
This kind of
me that say now bro for your kind I'm just Memphis will become a very simple one politicalized and politicized and then one if you did mami bro for kakra say mami ma delali say akwaba delali akwaba
me Josh
you mum send you
nyame de why na femu
ya boko is it mimi na ya be ni na wotwe in NDC
exactly yeah quite elected yeah flag bearer
and primaries for
parliamentary candidate for various constituencies me fa kwanya we na machia wetie fo nye na no promote ni tefe just to add to what Mebra Maka I think say this issue about say idea IBM say it has increased. I bet to differ. I will explain to you the reason why I say. Minjini say it has increased. But what has changed is say say when nipa no ku police ni na ku ni girlfriend wo if it's about 20 years ago maybe your mom was visiting it in Kwano, this is what has happened. But then the advent of social media no and the idea even mainstream media and reporting crowd no TikTok social media it has been It has been captured. And there's a BB because we even remote village Ukraine. We waiting to capture this here or send them over and any partners will spread it all over. But in the past, you know, in your maybe cost war remote village, it will be difficult for people to have a fair say. We say you win their cost because it's only restricted within certain individuals. Because you know, not the only television station maybe a Ghana at a point in time was GTV. GTV in Ukraine, even depending on which part of the country that you were. I mean, only Accra and KWASI, it will be difficult for you to have access to GTV. Some cry to me, I do this. All villages are Pampro, just because they want to be able to access GTV no account. But what is more significant is in society evolve, society change. Now, make us say true, we say. Because I didn't know if we say, for instance, in bar or SSR, the kind of an emotional trauma and a psychological trauma go through cannot be compared to a university. For instance, or SS, for instance, two uniform almost the same, and I'm a bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Or call Doma, your friend's house and dress almost an ameboa. Or call university, what he puts on, and I tell you also, will be anyone work control over it. Into it me was an Adam for where at alleyway. Also say one also a desperate so also person dresses. Look at iPhone. Sometimes who will be crowd use iPhone. People who are using iPhone no baby self for favor. Hey, now who see they use this iPhone now baby me for favor. Because iPhone knows the latest iPhone. So the question is we are not interested as a country. I think special prosecutor Kasa say we. Or say yaya on my Obi treat the latest Benz. We are not interested in the source of the money of that Benz. You're not interested. But rather, we are singing praises. Oh, can't. But we are not interested about the source of that money. What do you say? In Sama, the level of desperation about society and coupled with the fact they say, Obi Woha. Let me tell you one thing. The greatest tragedy in life, is not death. The greatest tragedy in life sometimes is will be only now starting at Brabwase. Now all of a sudden the person is almost about miles away from you. In itself, psychologically, a trouble. What do I say? Missy Kaze Missy guy be now our hospital no need doing komobi. And I say no into this Sakawa thing one and come. And I'm say I didn't know joining Sako yes Sako. I say boss, a drew baby no mean you about we SS. When you are 7 your friends saying, you about we SS. At a point in time. That's a BCB. Oko school crana. Wako university first year. To the extent said you obey declare university anything. And men am here firstborn. In the SM here everything possible to make sure so best survival. Me mame, that's who you are. SM making sure say me mame survive. So there are instances people do certain things. It's not because they want to do it, but circumstances. And no, to be honest and frank with you, you cannot take politicians away from it. Because when Ghana vote to your tax, they pay it to people who are in authority. So when the masses are suffering now, you cannot delay politicians from the crime rate country. And they are very important.
Okay. All right. So my memory and I'm in Shasi and Fusu Felix Enra Echi. And Emrashibi. In fact, no more whom Jim yet to answer from Rashibi for more sign a call. Mababi Parliament. Nina no say Omobabi D. Jumadi Bako. Nana say financial transactions agreement be hormana or my person Monday or Monsa Eshas here. Once it's international transactions, you need approval from a Parliament. Tenya Ghana and Brano Echeno. Rashiba Jefoi by Omo Abba Omababa Beji Atum. Wama approve aye loan si nini eka ho na eno ene nkoma ye die before ye be hye nkoma na se no we dey just to get you a bit of background yentie we.
Mr. Speaker, we are recalled for an emergency sitting. Mr. Speaker, if you are to look at what we've done today, largely we came here to approve loans. In total, Mr. Speaker, today we have Parliament of Ghana has approved an amount of $710 million. Today, $710 million. Mr. Speaker, at the time the country is in debt distress, At the time, 710 million. Mr. Speaker, at the time that the country is in debt distress, defaulted in debt repayment, both domestic and external. Mr. Speaker, if care is not taken, this singular act will go into the Guinness Book of Records. Mr. Speaker, I say this for a simple reason that when you are in a hole, you have to stop digging. But this government will never stop digging. And they keep digging and digging and digging. Mr. Speaker, that is my concern, and that is why I'm saying we may go to Guinness Book, we may go into the Guinness Book of Records. As the only country on earth, where at the time that they are in debt distress, they keep continuing, they keep digging and adding on to the debt. And adding on to the debt. I hope and pray that they will learn from it going forward. But let it be noted that this minority, the NDC minority, voted against those laws. Let it be noted. And let them carry their own cross.
So, minority leader now to say, Okasa or Hodum say, Mr. Miss voice bear, Kakrebi and Peso T, just to balance it, Yentie, I think the majority leader, and so Ekasa Kakra. Now, the voice back what tattoo now, Felix, if you watch, I say fire.
My colleague, my former colleague, the minority leader, was talking about the fact that we should not borrow excessively beyond a certain threshold. I agree with him. And I've argued in this house that, yes, Parliament should make a determination on this. How to actualize it is a difficulty. We cannot just say that we should not exceed a ceiling or a ratio, a debt to GDP ratio of, let's say, 70%. And then we say that a government comes, it borrows up to 70%. The next succeeding government has no space. So they should not be allowed to borrow for development.
Kakra, if you majority leader, Hodum say, buy. Na we so the Deputy Minister for Finance in same order to ja and also be boy and komo so far senior nyamasi ko nhihye with IMF ya they can borrowing and komo hu.
Ghana is very hopeful. The Minister for Finance just returned from the Springboard meeting in the US. He took opportunity to meet our bilateral partners and multilateral partners. I can say that we are very, very hopeful that we will secure the Paris Club financing assurances within the shortest possible time. I'm unable to give timelines, but I can assure you discussions are going very, very well, and very, very soon Ghana will hear the
good news. Baba Felix.
ABOAGYE.
Ote Deputy Finance Minister, Brian Kuma, no asmo de to just say, Ghana Finance Minister with fee US abrochimema ba spring meeting send siko no o arehemu pa se ye benya bibi papa fee assurances se enya finance assurances no sure se benya from your Paris Club members yi honum saying then ote mrashe bejafoi $710 million so far and no more approve minority say omo pese Ghana fo nyina hu se wo mo nka ho ewom se emrahye bedwumba do mo tutia dom kase so pese o mche se ehu hia mintio
ABOAGYE ma min take dessert wo ho jojo makoma sana ayensa me bie jama habeshi Telegraphic 200 female students trained in ICT. They are from 48 basic schools in Brimson. And Kenya Bonnet. And Kenya Bonnet cry, papa. But question maybe they are serious. Take on my way, and I say we are seeing in technology in ICT and a movie. I say per se you incorporate and incorporate ICT. Oh yeah, educate. It's yin to me ye the development of proper curriculum. And my Kwala Eco School or basic schools will get that education.
Anyone can do.
It is the Ministry of Communication. I go a training for 200 female students. I said, idea ego.
And say
this ad hoc means
no,
of
say
dissipating state money.
and developing nation.
And it's wrong. This approach of development is wrong.
You have the money.
Oh, it's a question. A crabby albiniano. Would ye papa?
No, because you see, the told be a Ghana men person be a medium, but be a men fans, be a men coda, be almost. So even at elementary school, we share the age near there. At that young age, they start using computer. And school no academy. So four boys.
Private school.
No,
it's a public. And the whole government digital. You running a government.
Yeah, but I'm saying can you provide?
We should be able to do it. That means young governance processes.
That's what I'm just saying, sir.
Operationalization of young governance processes is wrong.
And more you be a primary. To see okay, see your middle school, US on middle school, but GHS level. So be a more for, but a buying to me, I call it be a laptop back. Mom the coffee near there, or the baby. But I'm just saying, sir, can we afford that?
Of course, that is not the approach.
No.
Say school be so computer lab for education.
We can't buy proper. No, we can't give each child. We don't have. We do this level and I mount it here.
And so say accepted this piecemeal of governance processes of development. This piecemeal. This ad hoc means of at the end of the day, no,
me just say me no, I no need acquire no think I was starting from primary said you'll be but I'm saying said that is how it should
because what she gonna see her.
But who knew what can they so
and you mean she can say
what time I use a computer time and also mountain computer yeah they go go and say then I miss
yeah go school no computer yeah
yeah but
predominantly
no I cry
abundance to send abundance no it wasn't there at the time yeah go school now ICT just okay no
can PPP mobile be man? Can PPP mobile be man?
That's what we should do. That's what we are going to do.
Provide the primary public.
Every public school, the Progressive People's Party is going to establish a computer lab.
Oh, basic
and that's what you should be doing. And no just say you person you buan kwala in ICT training. Oh my Ministry of Community. Isn't me because the political way is not there. How much is it going to cost them?
You have the money.
No, how much is it going to cost them? The free stations crown my.
Listen. And she said na brofunu cry ya ma wo as of mine. You impoverish your people. The fact is that when you come, you can't even do it. They won't allow you to do it.
Of course. They won't allow you to do it because you are not willing. Because you are not willing. Of course,
what the way desert.
Because this is not governance.
I'm talking reality. I'm talking practical.
You know the practicality, and they are not doing it. You are not telling them because who claim to say to me yet. Why don't you do pilots? Gradual process. At the end of the day, you reach there. Who make your attempt to cry and so you was to me yet? That's a deficit. Your friend say. What defeat you one can say? Don't defeat yourself in that.
Go and look at the statistics. The public schools, any enrollment,
that is my and that's my point.
Don't
defeat yourself in that corner. They just don't want to do it because papa in free. That's all.
Free SHS.
This is infrastructure.
School feeding. Problem.
This is part of the school's infrastructure. You should be able to provide resources and logistics for education.
Boss, me know you are doing.
What are doing? But they should do it.
Because you can't.
Why can't they?
Oh.
Because they are not willing.
You don't have the resources.
If you don't have the resources, provide it.
The country will collapse.
Anyway. Minia John Kuma, we are madam for power. I wouldn't say a serious nation. I perceive a real development. You didn't put to about my move. I will pay quality leadership. And Kasa say, Nipa, I resign of finance ministry. Or I was buying with him. Baby, I watched the video at the time. Man for recommend this a young called IMF. Yeah, me nua John Kuma ekan. And I asked myself, me the second clip we are boy. Say, was he feeling proud of himself? If he so joining na or casting na joining konechi, yeah, or kind on the floor of Parliament. That today, all sign Babes, oh, Ghana is hopeful. Sign an IMF deal. I can't give timelines and all these things are. It be says, John Kuma, who and you but and integrity kakra wo mu no anka wo tumi ka se no ansama am me expectation am ye no ye ntumi nti ka ban ma reason afrim me di me MP saa amebo mi nsama ma no. The last time I'm telling ka check I'm sending message catch and say owura then ka wo resign if you ban mu anka I'll be proud of you. But unfortunate as usual then any ibien kan say na hunim ebe catch and say in fact na me ye person me ye say me ye anye ye ma feli eni nti ne ma twa me ho obi foforo meto aso oni pa no enye they won't do it onim ne omu du o mai esifa kwagasi aban we ebu Ghana se say sabi on fa nche me obi a wono mu nsa na wa bro anopa tututu no kwakos jina ba man ho say ba man ohim so pa o ba man mame tot ohim so pa hu say hu fom wa bro say sram and so still person san bro nsa onom bio esande guso ta pepepe na ban wo bu man abo besia mame no say bo udamu tu yehwe otia yehu yehwe babia yehu besia ameno ama all rating agencies we na amene wono enye sempo utimi tua ama yakase oye tua wo se na amene wa ma untumi ntua. Everything is not working in the country ama enei pensioners a omotiti fie omusika omodi akwakoye investment wo se wo de won sign kwakwakwa busienti and our year domestic debt exchange program. Busienti and I want nam IMF pacho and then wapa Japan Prime Minister Chow wapa Germany Ambassador Chow wama IMF boss ankasa pacho aka Russian President Putin and I won't go country so on pacho on was it the Secretary of State of the Vice President of the United States of America? Oba has say, was you on pacha man? What pacha one busienti? Who the one to? Where's the sabi? When say you want to say auro ayahuya. No question was say mama min sans. It would the one to hofo. It would ye. Bibi empusu. Nia o meye komi abenti bibi empusu. Enkase afedie eye abosia no media si ha ne ho no na menhwe na menyo kwan amefa so a mesiesie na man na timi agina na bosia na eyi ma me kai the repetition of the statement of yemnuaba osla owusu na mesisu bio se o se samamuo eno ani se yebebo besia ni a chani adidia ene enka ne ba wonya mfie nwotwe betimi abu man Ghana ban it is amamua ne say yebakwaku jankrofo nim say momo yebesion ena bosia so yebonso kra yehunu ne yede ya ene enka ankwale mu ne nam street mumpo did beggars and betumi abu man yama na yeye because omutimi srade pa abankrofo cho musika they know how to beg for money. So please one of the reckless decisions that Parliament is so abua this government to bring on Ghanaians.
1 minute now, we see for my man.
It's very unfortunate. The question is, na ban we be tran to so. Na waka say, mi anka sa me hwe kwan a mefa so a. Di kakra mi nya wo man no mu no. Me de bebo o man no ho bra. Na nia mi nya no, me dwisu ni ye prudently. And Niamian says, so I met Pequan, I met Faswa, may expand the tax net, I'm a to me receive more money. rather than every day going to beg. Yeah? It's not about say you hear Sikano. It's majority leader Ekano. It's not about that.
Okay.
Name it's about say if a direction bang now do your mind a day. And I mean deep parliament especially the people in the majority. Without realizing say baby your mind could do say take a step back buying to me near a beboa on my.
That's Felix Mante. I mean call a Delali soon. I mean Delali say no so I drink chair or Busien parliament approve ye any near John Kuma, Deputy Minister for Finance, and so Eddie Atujaya or can say hopeful say Yebenya finance assurances if fee a Paris Club honum see na Akuya Maina IMF so etimiaji and she share any one atumna Yebeji Sika na idea baba share half Elali.
I wish you. Pacho into time now one case I will John Kumane voice, you know. How did you feel as a journalist? Now, I believe say I'm a original parliament. Or Kasa say NDC minority side we are doomsayers. We are doommongers. You empower money. You call IMF and net. You call not and will not even go to IMF in the future. Now, just oppose that particular soundbite on the floor of Parliament. Now, all reconcile with the one that Obos is here. How do you feel as a journalist? Don't you feel scandalized? The same brother can say by now, somebody like John Kuma, if ORDBFN any modicum of principle, 1%, and not even 0.005%. Even after making that statement, you know, case of resign. Me or no crowd, that particular statement, you know, I would have even recused myself from making that statement. I mean, the other deputy minister for finance said, "Omumbe Jinangana for him, no more making that statement." But you see, a card back who say, "Omani they have no shame, they have no principle, and they have no values, and almost lacking consistency." Because you see, in anywhere in the world, deputy finance minister, imagine the America will be out here in charge of their finance, and as a deputy offense and one or more reserve when I'm making a certain statement in the past. Now all of a sudden, IMF now will discredit you. Catch a Ghana phone, you say IMF is a caricature. And then, just less than 6 months or less than a year, the same Miss John Kuma is coming back. Bekatche Ghana for say, "Ye bomb pie." Say IMF na ni esi ye nkono. Ye bomb pie say ne. Omo betimi approve Ghana on IMF program. A catch out the level of despondency, the way I just sinking as a country. And we are living in a leadership crisis. See, there's a leadership paralysis in this country. We have no leader. Because what John Kuma is saying, the president himself has said more than that. 1 year press conference, one address to the state. And can't share Ghana for say he president Nana Danko Akufo. As usual, in his rhetoric elements, there will not be a haircut. As we speak, his Ghanaian investors, are they going through a haircut or not? The finance minister, Ghana for say, we should have confidence in ourselves. No more I am. They are engaged in cynicism. As some kind. They are doommongers. And then the finance minister is traveling all over the globe, trotting, begging that countries among Ghana so that you bet me IMF fencing. Paris Club yet in 1956. Ghana independent in 1957. Since Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana have not gone through the ordeal that we are going through as we speak. Because we have in Kofua, who manage the economy, they are only interested in Kasa, because Kasa and Toponko. And in all this, where is Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia? Where is the man na mo catch Ghana for so or the economic messiah? Nipa na mo catch Ghana for nya say in Ghana nyina no 30 million population or you be a he hold the enviable solution when it comes to economic affairs say mess or whatever. Why is he not talking about the economy? Because on to me say about the economy because Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia led President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo the 16th of May to Abosu Okan. Emo koye campaign wo honom. E catch omo say in exchanging a dollar for 3.72 pesos. President Mama ye incompetent. Oni abadaye, oni tema. In fact, he doesn't care about the spare part dealers in Abosu Okan. That time catch omo say so okoto $10,000 ah. Unya 37,200 Ghana cedis and so no okoto $10,000. And catch omo say too much. You cannot cough up 372 million Ghana cedis to go and buy $10,000. And for that matter, yen to Obama MPP omo. As we speak today, may ma just conservative figure. And then okosisa $1, 11 Ghana cedis. That means you need 1.1 billion to go and buy $10,000. Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia said, who the 37,200 cut $10,000. President Mama is an incompetent leader, and for that matter, so why is Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud not talking? And then we are talking about loan. The head of the economic management team, Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, catch Ghana for you. So why a Juma or Bank of Ghana? The Ghana ever honor. And okay, Ghana, you went to be a Juma bebre, a Brian Kobobusian. How does the NPP feel, including their communicators? Some of it now, now you make reference to Asema Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia can't about borrowing. And now you have the audacity telling Ghanaians, say, Yambuamun to borrow extra more. Come on, we should adopt principle in politics. Because you see, Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, by now, must even concede that or the worst vice president we have ever had under the four Republican dispensation. SOG said he's somebody who is suffering from credibility crisis. He has no credibility. Because Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, first as the head of the economic management team, in the NPP administration, they are begging people, say, Mumbuaye, we should approve loan agreements. And now me know cassette is here. Japanese Prime Minister President said, "Yeah, power boy. Let us qualify for IMF program." The same MPP for catch Ghana for say, or maybe I'll be so called IMF biano. It means that money have demonstrated or you're incompetent in managing its own affair. Or say any country I'll be called IMF. It doesn't matter the situation. They did not use any caveat or conditional phrase. Or say, or maybe I'll be called IMF biano. It means our minor leaders no more minor. They are unable to govern that country, and for that matter, they are clueless, according to the MPP. Omankasa Bono, regional chairman. The friend say, Abron, you see, it takes an incompetent leaders of a state to run to IMF. So what it simply means, the penny analogy. Pensema MP before can when they were in opposition, including Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, when he was organizing series of lectures about the economy. It's a clear demonstration. Say Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia was born. He knows nothing. He's empty. He's hollow. He's completely not in touch with reality. That is what it means. Now, see no reason why sometimes I see MPP people trying very hard to defend such a man who has shown a legendary cluelessness when it comes to managing the economy. Because this is a man. This is a man. This is a man. Yes, you probably will not appreciate it because you don't see the reason why Obi or lacking credibility, honesty, integrity should be in the helm of affair in governing this country. And then me know Kassis is here. In the history of this country, you can even trace it back from the Independence Day. There are an instances of domestic restructuring to the extent that a bank considers yentimi triaka. Yentimi tria busi and yapo from ordinary citizens yentimi triaka. When have you ever heard say a former chief justice already 70-year plus on any colleagues at President Nana Addo Dankwa for any say be president also call part of that category? a demonstration, a picketing or Ministry of Finance, and you were lying to them. Who can't trust them? That was one silent away. Independent Bondholders Association of Ghana. Who would have thought to say upon the press address of President Nadu Dankwa Akufo-Addo, our Flagstaff House, or assume say there will not be a haircut today or tomorrow or even in the future. We'll be reading a letter coming from Independent Bondholders Association of Ghana. Because what that Ghana first said there will not be a haircut. And the President said there will not be a haircut. And then you kasa. Because you don't even appreciate the fact to say man kasa yan kasa ya vice president and not yet the vice presidential candidate of the MPP. Okoye voodoo economics our malata. Aseme no kan. Ko piki kenke. Sta on TSS kenke we. It cost 1 Ghana cedis. Because no TSS a bag of maize was costing 127 Ghana cedis. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia say he does not understand the reason why. And then me know say a bag of maize is more than 1,000 Ghana cedis. You have the audacity to still be talking and talking about the fact. So because of COVID, now COVID any day, see, don't even talk about it. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia in 2015, when there was a global recession, His Excellency, Sir Alhaji see a title. His Excellency Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, when there was a global recession in 2015, all the countries within sub-region, they went through what we call recession, with the exception of Ghana.
Okay, but you will, ma'am.
Minimum. Obekese Ghana for you say the NDC for buying led by President Mahama Akase global recession or no Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud but he cannot comprehend because on TSS the same global crisis no a pa Cote d'Ivoire pa Togo pa Sierra Leone affected Ghana and now me no kase Cote d'Ivoire inflation in July was negative 1.4%. Inflation in November last year was 2.8%. Inflation in January of this year 4.8%. Inflation in March was 5.8%. As we speak, Ghana inflation was hovering more than 50%.
Okay.
No wonder say and then mede manusi. Eduobi a yefene Foxiga 10 mg. Rakwesi. Omo mu moja broso diabetes. Yefe say sichi yawe. 2017. Omo to say do na 72 Ghana cedis. And now me no kase. Rakwesi aye 972 Ghana cedis. That is the quantum of inflation affected product. And then cement, near 27 Ghana, and I'm no say more than 100 Ghana. So you see, you have messed up the economy. You have left Ghanaians in a state of despondence, even in a state of perdition. You have no moral right to come and tell Ghanaians, when the amount of money you have borrowed so far, there's nothing visible, verifiable you can tell us it is the money that you have paid for.
That's the Lali say okpo na otini kan ma me ma kwesi bocho junior nsumbremwe na yemwie sanko kwesi ntio
fa medase one sana meko about girls in ICT training. Just a quick I'm one of the believers I'm GD say I buy a continual process. I buy a twice free baby. There will be a year and now one swab about of our I say in 2012. I buy government of Ghana then any RLG a signed contract say on supply 34,249 laptops. Emma your junior high schools no. Of our just I say agreement. Asat 2016 na NDC for free abayemu. Na RLG omuntimi supply laptops ne ye. Omuntimi supply laptops ne ye. Enti se nya kalabule bi na e course at that time and anka that time asat ene ye wo laptops in 34,000 was system ni ma. Anka the development in ICT nke konanim. But because it was a failed policy under the former regime, no, and no consequences na basis. So this government has to repair the mess across under the previous regime. For me, consent some so about boss na ya boni ade. And say Parliament approving $710 million in the last few days. I'm a government of Ghana. Answer na me question my breakdown of. Out of the $710 million, now buying the $200 million, ebe finance the Ghana Digital acceleration project. Any say baby our minor con be a digital. It's something we cannot take away from our daily lives. Because you see, shops be or digital cash no just okita card or the POS each year. That's all the mobile money in each year. You say even cash can be a economy ni better than a cash economy. It is very important here you be investing in a digital acceleration drive. Again, you can know $60.6 million. Sika Ghana World Bank for years or more than my free COVID, you know, out after the COVID pandemic, sky the boy home and ABM no out of sa loan money about set up the Development Bank of Ghana. Make sure say a bit boosty industries, making sure say industries ejina omo so almost sky de more about 170 million euros. Also near the $30 million ever by medical equipment provision. And the account healthcare investment and the idea. Offer and yes, scan your babaji edino ye num. This is a month for painting picture. A man yet is a low na ye babaji and Sebio present a kufado eba better chama and appointees and a party for. Low na ye de call parliament for sure more parliament and your MPP for one the good parliament. Now, Parliament is made up of 275 MPs. Our Majiatum in the name of Parliament. Nowhere na you can say NPP MPs approve loan for government. And your Parliament and Ajiatum because Parliament phone him said that is adia. They say no minor ye because a non-disputed fact say COVID-19 by COVID-19 ababe high. Not only in the public sector. Oko private agencies are COVID-19 by a man for Juma Shriomo. Go to the hotel and the hospitality industry. A month for no year Juma hotels, restaurants near the idea. COVID by a do one I alone of Amamukofie. Because COVID by for about a year. Now month from Koda hotel. Now month from Ko restaurant. We were under a lockdown. Na yet fear yen kwa Juma yen ko baby. But despite the fact that private sector for no na omo ho with COVID no maintain say public sector worker baako ababeka say as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic eba Ghana he the dwuma ahwere no. It hasn't happened under a particular regime. Minuane kasa no wakasa scandalize the vice president of the republic. He uses so many unprintable words on the vice president of the republic. I find it to be very unfortunate and very disgusting. There, you can make your argument, but where Uber tries Uber the do biatem no, idea, that kind of politics, and we should live above that standard of politics. Because offer COVID by a teacher for ano mutifie ano montrade month be ana aban tuomoka. Meanwhile, under a previous regime in between 2014 and 2016, no teachers here Juma 3 years and near 3 months. Because now a buy now at that time no maeti as say scan you a teacher for Juma 3 years, teacher near sorry no pa teacher ni bo busuan for 8. Ono no the breadwinner of the family. Enyanya no pa ko kire nkwala de abafie nwumre obebafie no. Month in the person aban si yeniska bi de bema wo. Teacher ni ye Juma 3 years. Na aban aka chen say ye 3 months ye betima tu aka. And that, as at that time no, now COVID-19 wiase world leaders crab abejia to mu say COVID-19 a disruptive world economies. US Vice President ba Ghana or can clear the COVID ba ye aha you the US government are disrupting the US economy. And then the inflation rate in the US. Do you know how the currency the dollar is performing on the world currency market currently? COVID ababe ha economies be na the best say COVID how no cry Russia's invasion in Ukraine. Obia ntimi nkase ana ntimi yin firi mu say Russia and Tokyo Mokono are affecting Ghana. Because if you have the world leader of fuel say ye de sanction na to ne so say Ghana yentimi nkoto fuel. First Ghana ye fuel na ye to nia no. Na free Russia. Na so na Ghana yentimi nkoto fuel en free Russia biom emba Ghana ha say ya. Which means baby a hungry near other countries are almost supply fuel no. Definitely there will be pressure on them because demand for fuel no be high. It's their price no so ebe kosoro. Enti so because Russia Ukraine affected here fuel prices are shoot up kosoro. It is as a result of the Russia Ukraine invasion, and it is not only in Ghana. You talk about Cote d'Ivoire. Currently Cote d'Ivoire is also seeking a bailout from the IMF. Except you don't know. That should tell you say we are see economies are on their feet. Even the superpower economies, they are on their feet. Ghana, COVID by the priority of the president as at that time was not even to concentrate on the economy. Our priority was to make sure we are saving lives. Because we are not might be we are. Your human capital is your asset. And so the priority of this government during the COVID-19 pandemic was to ensure, say, even if it would take our last coin to save the lives of people, to save the families of this country, we were going to do that. And that was exactly what the president and his government executed to make sure, say, you benya low debt rate. And now, I say Ghana, or Manketwa as Ghana, if we are seeing out of all the world economies near the idea, Ghana recorded one of the lowest death rates as a result of COVID-19. This wasn't as a result. It was as a result of pragmatic and strategic leadership. President needed to make sure, say, the agenda was to make sure, say, she wouldn't die out of COVID. What would hear me say, the family be our underlying sickness be our kidney problem or diabetes or BP or sugar problem. Ebenya COVID-19 abandon this wadi hunu tama COVID by and says I offer chrono on wu. And so obenya nkwa. That was the agenda of the government. The agenda of the government then to say COVID aba nipa ebewu but you making sure say the economy ni be jina ye now so. From 2017 up to 2019, what was the performance of this government? Agriculture, NDC, agriculture was moving forward, was improving from 2017 to 2019. Employment rate are now at Pansam under the NDC. Between 2017 to 2019, we were performing better with our employment records. From 2017 to 2019, Abayin Shebo say district bia ebenya one ambulance. We delivered it. Prior to COVID-19. Abayin Shebo say yeba be ye 1D 1F. And now me know ka say only 1D 1F what Ghana ha kra na what you confuse juice are you seen from the scratch. A onam gempa bypass baby a onam bia na ye ton e confuse juice. And this one the market amount for ehu. This is the trump card of the government before COVID-19. Abayin Shebo say yeba Uncle God Ashantia ewu medemanu si Uncle God Ashantia egu under NDC in 2016. Ana otumfo asante he no tokoko so kraka say or ton $1 then so when you be anton government ye making sure say ya revive Uncle God Ashanti. This is the trump card of President Akufo-Addo before COVID-19. Abayin making sure say Ghana Post na egu ana manfo tifie. Abayi baye, you revive Ghana Post. This is the trump card of Akufo-Addo before COVID-19.
Right.
Abayi making sure say Ghana card, ayebenya a centralized system. I'm making sure say Ghana have fraud near the idea so better. Ghana yetimi rolling and now COVID by Ukraine. You still we are enrolling.
May that say.
Of Amedemanusin finally no. It is only somebody who doesn't appreciate Abayin you run a government and a baba na ha edidi mampanin abedi echiri atem.
Me that say mami kan me comments kakra na me ma 1 minute na e medi nkomo and I no pay ejimedi issue me ba for me even out there Enoch Wasaman Kessi say we won this NPP government when they started borrowing and organizing Kinky and the Wachi party. And again, they told us they will not go to the IMF today and tomorrow. today they are in ambulances at the back door of the IMF knocking to help whilst they can't even meet the IMF conditionalities. That's Enoch Edifi Asaman Kesi Enodianobai. Musa Batwa says, when a desperate person trying to do something which the majority of people are not supporting, that person is using that as a smokescreen to make undeserved money. That's exactly what is happening in relation to the building of a cathedral. Musa Abatwa Enodiwe by. On the issue of the drivers and their licenses, if the driver could not produce his or her license, they are asked of where they live. The police would then do wireless message to the police station near where the driver lives with the details of the car, and he or she will produce within 24 hours. Yabania Jampan Tudru, the second or the buy. Richard Amasaman says, please, will Nanado go with his wife to the coronation of King Charles? Please. He shouldn't go. Ghanaians have a lot of problems here. We need him and his competent government to solve it. A draft for prostate, Finitrade was 25 cities last month. Today, to Kanshi is 130 Ghana cities. Well, Richard Amasaman, another by Felix Manti, studio mu ewa hase.
Of ABOAGYE.
Yes, sir.
COVID. When was the last time I recorded COVID? First day time I recorded it was in February 20. March. Abeni etwaba our Ghana. 7 December 2020. Meboa. ABOAGYE. Imano nenkomo ni yedi.
Me too.
Eni ntino COVID-19 ho ene omomodin bo omo boye 2017 to 2020 no. I am de ka say Ghana for yen kai no. Ye kai is ade no 2020. So they've reaped the benefit of the so-called performance prior to 2020. Nti omu njaika. Asida ye de be maom. Ansana COVID-19 eba no. Ye de maom 2020 nti na Ghana for san repeat about on the now. Ankomu lusu. This when you have benefit now enjoy a year, they should stop disturbing our ears with their so-called performance in before 2019. And sana COVID-19, they should stop it. And in any case, the records even don't support all of the so-called performance. The records don't support. Inflation was rising. Unemployment was rising.
Felix.
Exchange rates was rising. Everything had taken a nose dive.
Medasi.
20.
Medasi, your time now soon, and we can't take any more issues. But just your closing remarks. So maybe if you want to touch on the just 2 minutes in Bajo.
2 minutes. I think the issue at that one can be a mebaha man can be one for. Yeah, I'm a person making one say the national cathedral. Things I'm by now on
Mr.
Ochidako, lawyer, Esquire. Things say or the explanations about. But I am part of the people advocating say, yeah, all can you could get to a black one. The to a black one is not somebody or cast and maybe my funny try. He's a member of parliament.
Yeah.
All can you are two distinct things. Oh, clearly from the interview, no say social security number no. Hey, Nadia, who could just say another person there. You investigate this answer no. Near who where the truth lies.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, say MPNet didn't try. The man in face who regress of the law, Obi didn't try a manifest. At the end of the day, so no say Obi and the baby na or per se the vision of the president say you see the Lord's temple no per se who go in who fear. The Pakronia investigate is a prosecuting. I was a prosecutor. The person should be prosecuted.
The bus will cannot cry.
About say one cannot cry, could you two cannot cry? That's what I'm saying. Is there or cannot cry? Say evidence no support the allegations now or making us say at the end of the day, your constitutive investigation. You say obi a disca and also obi the year be and send fata. Yen chini panintum.
Okay.
We shouldn't say because I would not say because say be am buying AC and bibi. by Nancy, but be the film beka the ama by na. Or was he calling the person out?
All right, me that's
and to the issues about the National Cathedral now, which to a black areas, they should be properly interrogated to ascertain whether or not Okuja to a black didn't try because the name say intro your young one dear pa.
Yeah, you a few. I remember as I'm now about count Hanum say, oh.
Before I just 1 minute, I mean, Clay. There will be a catcher will say, Ghana for may catch them when they say that restructuring near baby, there will not be a haircut. Not the next day there's a haircut within true. I mean, this is plain language. Obi catch us and me, my age more Bank of Ghana. You buy him because Kawaha. And all of a sudden, you are borrowing now. It means the person lied.
Jalali, don't believe at the point.
No, so let me go to the thing. As some more countries here, I say before COVID, the economic indicators were well grounded. It's a palpable lie. Yeah, I mentioned what there. What you see, more voodoo analysis, and I'm not surprised all the time you keep on engaging in voodoo analysis. When you're talking about NDC, you pick selectively. Pick 2016. And forget about the time that we achieved the highest economic growth in the history of this country, 14%. You forgot about it. For selective, your friends say argument. 2019. Now we see the 2016 CDN depreciated by 9.6%, according to one Kasa finance minister. Or call your friends say parliament presented 2017 budget. Or CDN depreciated by 9.6%. 2019, before the onset of COVID, they depreciated by 14%. So what are you talking about? Say the economic indicators were flourishing before the onset of COVID. That is a palpable falsehood. Your interest on our debt. 2016 was 14 billion. 2019 now quoted is 7 billion. Hold on. You see, because you are lying.
Because we were lying. As of 2019, not them sending what was the debt rate?
When we were talking, you see, when we were talking, I kept quiet.
Jalali, we
They say about cathedral. See, who the MPP are buying in a boom? Who the MPP are buying in a boom? Now compare in terms of integrity with Honorable Okujeto Black. How many of you, from the presidency to the MP, ordinary MP, how many of you can match Honorable Okujeto when it comes to integrity? When it comes to integrity, they didn't have integrity at all. Two identity.
So you keep encouraging Ghanaians say change the pattern of voting. Now you intiminya papa. Obagwazi, darling boy. Ejapa special purpose vehicle. Good special purpose vehicle. Or good for oil. Special purpose vehicle. PDF special purpose vehicle. PDS special purpose vehicle. Na sorry dying soon so ye busy.
Na yakoi empamcho mamfa sa asem infantudua. Cause mo de mo mi jamu a. Amachi am be edwuma na metie radio BBC won me tuom kakra. Na makenkan asemi a mete ye na me say, but politicians pa de omu bibrem hanum politicians ye chese uji omu di enye yi o. Ni eni nyina ne se Robert Mugabe so di Zimbabwe o man no. Mfire bebre na minim se Felix Mattis our story ya. Se ni baba ako. We nka ade we amanka ehu ni baba ako. Oni ni kunu omu ja awade. Enti document na akwa pie court ejapade a wo mu bae omu si omanya.
Yo.
Ai so omu che. Ni baba no ewo be man so ja awade. Ni ba ya fense bona Mugabe asede ade. Owo residential adan kwa 25.
Yo.
Mugabe ni ba no. Ena farms efuo o 21 na Mugabe mikasa Mugabe ti ase no o si nipa baako bia se onya efuo baako e ma abrofo kura o gigi more than one and then baba
the day 21 adan kwa or
25 we yes adan
that is the kind of leaders I want on the continent. Who did the literature now? A cut across from the north to the south to the west to the east. Enti ayo na nyo mani sika na nka nyo mani onu kwa adwuma be ya na oye no asi adan.
Nti asema busa me ube ya me busa asem bia wan busa be kase yo fe.
Kayesi. Asori dan ya yes.
To be fair, there are private people in this country have nothing to do.
Me say okay fine odi ono ane dia me busa question back odi mfa so ono ane dia me say ni papa say esi obia efuo baako ni ba o ba
no subscribe to ne papa e bia no believe in dia ne papa e kan no
ne papa na jiji nkrofo mfu
me o ne papa ba jiji nkrofo mfu wo ti anu say
see there's a saying there's nothing that convicts a man than his own.
I'm surprised that you even sit here and defend this.
No, I'm not defending. I'm just saying no. I'm not.
What you dako?
It didn't ring a bell.
Oh, faso.
Oh, and they did opposition for what time Gabi Crafter.
Transaction advice. Financial institution men transaction advice.
Minimum.
You know, you okay, African Legal Association.
Yeah.
And special purpose vehicle. You dey kwa ye. You could see asori dan you see a special purpose vehicle.
Oh, me sure say minimum, but I don't want to believe say Ura Eric Kochi.
Oh, the ring a bell. You wouldn't know. You may not know. It tells you say family to family to family. Why? Now there's no bomb in the one.
If you know, yes, who no person.
You grab in the point must be made clear. Say, you cut family and friends and family and friends and family and friends. A month for ancient year.
Why I feel fellas maintaining no person just say fane obi e de maintain
ancient year. Oh, but more than one channel.
Journalist here say okoje bribe we here Jimba Professor Frimpong Boatin reporting. Never maintain unia no. It only na na this abone na na say.
Needs 100 points in Ghana. Montie, you may do soon as you go upon. Media said that my tea for media said answer the mama was sending messages. Mention and canning, mention so and fat calls. I'm going to find me watch now. The China Fiada and Kwanya holding or ever saying Shania to a Jumedi so. Need 100 points in Ghana. Montie soon. Pejo Dami Ado time at Church with the Bremo, and I suffer from my bank on social media. Well, tomorrow.